Well, we've installed the player encyclopedia and now we're going to exactly see why. What's the point of having that huge list of chess players? Well, the great thing is because it's all part of ChessBase and you've got a huge mega database here with a reference database created by ChessBase along with that player encyclopedia, it means you can easily search through that mega database for information about that player, and it'll even bring up a whole host of statistics on what openings they've played, who they've played and how well they've done. So let's show you how to do that. We've showed you the list of the player encyclopedia here, but now we're going to specifically prepare against a player. So click on that button for prepare against and it brings up a window with the different players, and actually you can see it's selected the one I'm interested in. I'm going to use a good friend of mine, Lauren DaCosta, but you can search by just putting in the name here and that'll take you right through to that name. So if we scroll down, you're on the D''A's, but the one we want here is Lauren DaCosta. He's a British international master and a good friend of mine, and I hope he won't mind me using him as an example in this ChessBase 11 video. So if we can see here already you've got quite a lot of information, how many games, his rating, his title. Actually, in actual fact, that's a little bit out of date. He's an international master now. You've also got a window with his games and some of the main tournaments that he's been a part of here as well. You can bring up a variety of different screens, so you can prepare against him for black or as white and search his games like this. Bring up some statistics, but the one we're interested in, well, we're interested in both these buttons really, but I'm going to show you the ID card first. If we click on that, bring you up a photo. In fact, if there's any photos in the database, I don't think he'll thank me for that. The 2010 photo is quite a good one, but yeah, his 2004 photo, not sure he's going to thank me for that one. But you'll see some information about him, his date of birth. I say it says FIDE master, but he's actually an international master, and I am now. And you can bring up an ELO profile here, his rating, how it's changed since 2000 to 2012. Lowest rating right down here, 21, about 2150, 2140, going right up to 2485 in 2009, 2010. The one we're really interested in though is this dossier function, a fantastic function of ChessBase 11. We can do it by clicking there, or you can go to the button here. If we click on this now, it brings up this window, the dossier window. This allows you to set a whole host of different parameters to basically set how detailed this dossier is going to be. If you click the help button, actually it shows you just exactly what those are. I'll maximise that and scroll down. You can see all the information about the different parameters and play around with those. Have a read of the help file and play around with those. But right now I'm just going to stick with the default settings, and what ChessBase is doing is basically just going through that mega database, pulling out of Lauren DaCosta's games, and generating a lot of interesting statistical information about those as well. So let's just click OK and you'll see just how quickly this happens. It's building a tree, generating a whole host of games, and then it should bring up the dossier. There we go, that's the dossier, a text dossier with a variety of different information on my good friend International Master Lauren DaCosta. And you can see straight away 456 games in the mega database, so a lot of games. There's that photo of him and his ELO graph, his ratings. A bit of statistics shows how many games he's played each year. 2009 was quite an active year for him. How he's scoring as white and black. And you can even pull up, if you click on any of these, all these are links by the way to certain things, so if you click on this that'll bring up a list of all his games as white. You can play through any of these. It's a fantastic resource really. Shows you a couple of his best tournaments. Good score, +5 score in 2003, or a +3 score in Dieppe in 2009, and his results against certain different opponents. So you can see he's got an equal score against Richard Palisades. He's played 4 games and he's won 2 and lost 2, or even it's basically he may have drawn them all, or he's won 2 and lost 2. His repertoire for white, the different openings he plays, how often he plays them, what rating performance he has with them, and again with black as well. And you can click on any of these for the references. This information, it's quite remarkable really when you think about it. I mean, we've analysed 456 games in the mega database for statistical information about this player. I mean, even 10 years, certainly 20 years ago, this was just unthinkable to search through all the books and magazines and leaflets and things, all the tournament reports, and to get this number of games would have taken well, months, if not years, to try and find this much information about a player. And to do this sort of statistical analysis, it would be a huge job, and you can see it took me about 10 seconds. So it's really one of the great features of ChessBase. If we close down the dossier, you'll see you've got a window of all his games as black, all the different results. You can play through those games, see how he plays, and again, all of them as white as well. And that'll take you back. So that's just some of the amazing information that gets thrown together at the click of one button, that dossier button, and really the reason why you've installed that player encyclopedia. And this works for any player appearing in the encyclopedia. So if they're a regular chess player, certainly if they're a title player, they should appear in that list, and you can do this kind of statistical analysis about that player. Fantastic feature of ChessBase 11, searching through the mega database and creating a player dossier.